Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one of the real scenario case where we have to read the data from the API into the Power Automate desktop. So I have this API page, and into this API we have a multiple fields value like name, height, mass, and so on and so forth. So I just want to read this name, height, and mass, these three fields from the API for all these line items and want to save into the notepad file. So I have this notepad file where I just want to print all those three fields data. So now we have to automate this process with the help of Power Automate Desktop. So for this one, I'll just copy this API URL, and into this Power Automate Desktop, we will use Invoke Services. So here we have Invoke Web Services, and into this, we will just provide this URL. From this URL, which is the API, I just want to read the data, and it will read the data into the JSON format because we have the data into this JSON format here. So now after that, whatever the data is going to capture from this JSON, it is going to store into this web service response variable. So now simply click on save. So now if I just simply execute this one to show this to you that how data is going to capture. So now if you see this web service response, so all the data from the API is coming here. Now this data which is coming into this JSON format, I need to convert this JSON into the object. Then only I will be able to read these field values. So for this one, I will convert JSON to the object. So convert JSON to the custom object. It is asking which JSON data. So we have this web service response. So select that variable web service response. Now, I just want to write the data into the notepad, and we have to read each value. So for this one, we have to go for the looping concepts. So now for that one, we will just go for this for each loop. So simply drag that for each loop here, and I just want to read all the data which is holding into this JSON as custom object from the action 2. So here I will select that variable. Now, here into this notepad file, I just want to set the header because header is a one-time activity. So for this one, use the action write to text file. Drag it here, and I will just provide this file path. Copy the path, paste it here without double quotes. And here, whatever the headers we are looking for. So example, for this one, we just need name, height, and mass. So I will say I need the name, height, and mass. Now I just want to append the data. So click on append. Now, after that, what we have to do is we just want to write the data. So I'm just going to copy this write to text file and gonna keep it here. Now here, whatever the data I just need to write it, I just want to make this completely the dynamic. So whatever the data is getting captured, so it is holding into this variable. Into which variable? Now the data is coming into this custom object. So from this custom object, when my data is capturing, so I just want to write each line item here. So now here, what we have to do is, if I simply go here and into this scenario, I'm just going to call that JSON as a custom object. Now, but before we use this one, I just want to show you one thing. When my data is coming into this JSON as a custom object, how it is coming, first understand that, because that is a most important point if you want to write something. So now if you see into this JSON as a custom object, your data is capturing like this. And now if you see, you have all these line items here, right? You have all these line items here. So now if you see, if you click on a more, So into this JSON custom object, this object value is for the first record, you can see the index number is a 0. And for the next record, this index number is a 1. So it means I just need to make this dynamic because this number will keep change. So for that one, we just need to set a variable. So I'm just gonna set a variable here, and this variable, I'm just giving this counter, and it should start from the 0 because index number is getting starting from 0. Then increase the variable here, and that counter variable should increase by 1 step. Now here, within this loop, I'm just gonna make that dynamic. So here, I will use that JSON custom object, and after that, we have the index number, right? So index number, we are capturing from the counter variable. So we will use that counter variable, and we have the column name is the name. So it will read the name here. Now after that, I just need to add comma as well. Then I just need to capture the other one. So I'm just gonna copy this one, and same, you can paste it here, and only this header is going to change to the height. Then in the similar way, we can use for this mask plus, and the same thing, we are just gonna copy this one and paste it here, and the header name. So header name must be the same. So height and mask. So here I will just give this mask. Now if I just simply click on a save. So now in this Invoke Web Services, it is gonna capture all the data into the JSON format. Then JSON format data we have converted into the object, and we are just going to store the value from each line item and store into this text file. So now let's run this flow. So if I execute this flow, so the flow has been started now. So now you can see it is capturing all the data. You can see in the right hand side, it is capturing all the data from the API. So it is capturing all those 3 fields, and it is printing into that text file. So now you can see your process has been completed, and we have these 82 line items. Now if you go into this notepad, if I just open this data, now here you can see name, height, and mass. You can see this name, this is height, and this is mass. So for the first line item, if you see name, height is this one, and weight is mass is this one. So same here, you can see you are getting this data for each line item. So this is the process that how you can read the data from any of the API into Power Automate Desktop. Thank you so much, everyone.